Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Millie and I love any makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows. And today I'm going to be creating 3 more looks with the Dragon Fruit palette from Clionadh Cosmetics in collaboration with Emily Violet Marie. And this video is sponsored by Clionadh, so thank you so much to Clionadh for sponsoring this video. It's so exciting to have been given this opportunity as well as getting my hands early on the whole collection. I did do a video dedicated to the collection previously if you're looking for more details specific on the entire collection. And also make sure you check out Emily Violet Marie's channel. She has lots of videos up. She has eye swatches of the palette as well as all the details on all the pieces in the collection, and this is going to be launching April 27th. I will be putting all the details and the prices down in the description below, as well as a list of all the different eyeshadow textures that are in the palette. So here's the inside of the palette. I created 2 looks in my original video on the collection. I will be creating 3 more looks only using the palette to show you how versatile this palette is. Now there are no mattes, but there are 4 satin shades, which are a new Clionadh special formula. And basically you can blend those shades out to get a more matte look, and you can also build them up for them to be a little bit more sheeny, a little bit more metallic. And on the cheeks currently I'm wearing Strawberry Pear as a blush, these satin shades as blushes. Amazing, chef's kiss. And then I put on just a little bit of bubbles as a highlight, just right on the highest point on my cheek, but not to overtake the blush. And in the first 2 looks you'll see a refresh on the cheeks as a blush, so definitely recommend trying that out. So let's get right into the 3 looks. Priming with the Gimme Glow primer, and I'm actually wearing a Refresh from the palette with Tropico over it just a little bit. Going in with Strawberry Pear right into the crease. And I'm using the DF02 brush. I'm going to be using for the majority the brush bundle, but I might be reaching for some other brushes. Depending on the kinds of looks that I'm going to be creating, I might need just something a little bit smaller. Just going back in with a little bit more. You could see before I added on more, there wasn't that much of a sheen, and even now, there's definitely a little bit of a sheen, but it's not like overpowering. Taking Exotic on the inner lid and on the outer corner. Just adding a little bit more. I'm going to be creating a halo eye. And I'm slowly just blending it up into Strawberry Pear, and then going back in on this outer corner to help blend that out. And I'm also going to take this under my lower lash line, and then under the inner corner here. Going back in with Strawberry Pear on the outer edges, as well as a little bit on the inner portion over here on the inner lid. I'm going to go back in with a little bit more Exotic to just deepen it up a bit more, both the inner lid and outer corner. Just a little bit more over here. And these just blend so nicely. Okay, I think I've blown this out here enough. And then I am going to take some NYX glitter primer because I'm going to be going in with Effervescent in this center, and this shade is a little bit on the flaky side. So I am just gonna tap on a little bit of NYX glitter primer, and I'm just gonna go in with my finger. Just really tap it on, and I'm gonna bring it a little bit into my crease as well, and just start blending the edges with whatever might be left on my finger. Just wiped off my finger. I'm going back in, really trying to kind of feather it up here especially. It's just going to create that beautiful sheen there. Oh, isn't that the most beautiful spotlight eye? I'm just going back in with a little bit more here. Oh, that is so pretty. Just taking it up a little bit more. Next, I'm putting a little bit of NYX glitter primer right under my lid. Going in with Effervescent under there with the DF04 brush. I'm just gonna say the number. I think DF just stands for Dragon Fruit. Oh, that's so pretty. And I'm gonna use my pinky and use Bubbles as my inner corner highlight. This shade is just so perfect as an inner corner highlight. So beautiful. Here's the first finished look. Onto the second look, priming with the Gimme Glow primer. Picked up Prickly, and that's basically going to go all over my lid, including the outer corner. And first, I just really want to lay it down as more of a wash, and then deepen it up where I want. So I'm going in with the 01 brush, and this is just going to allow me to really blow it out. So we're gonna do an all purple look. So no pinks, no greens, we're just gonna use the purples for this look. So you can see the other kinds of looks you can create without having to use the pinks. So you can see that's just really, it looks pretty much almost like a matte. There's a tiny bit of a sheen, but other than that, it's pretty much a matte. So next I want to put that all over my lid and just make it a little bit deeper, because I do want to layer infusion over it, and I just want to see what that shade looks like layered over a darker base without actually using a darker matte eyeshadow or a black eyeshadow. So you can see that already deepened it up a little bit, and we're gonna go and deepen out the outer corner even more. And this is just going to be taking a little bit of packing on, really just pressing it in. And just a little bit more. I'm going to take it a little bit into my crease. And I'm also going to take this under my lower lash line. But I'm not going to go all the way around, just there. Going back in with the 02 brush to just feather out the edges further out here. I do feel like I need just a little bit of a smaller brush. So I'm going in with my Rephr 13 brush. And this definitely fits in a little bit better out here. And this just keeps blending and blending. Going in with a little bit of the NYX glitter primer. And I'm basically going to take that about third way on my lid. Just tapping it out. Picked up Infusion on the 03 brush, and it's gonna go all over the lid. Oh, look how shiny that is. So beautiful. And I am getting it a little bit into my crease, but I don't really mind. So you can see we got quite a bit of depth here by just using one eyeshadow. And I'm just packing on a little bit more, really just blending it out here too. I want it to be nice and smooth. And then of course I'm gonna go in with bubbles on the inner corner using the 04 brush, and I sprayed it. You really need just a tiny amount because this shade, for being so light, is super pigmented. Here's a second finished look. Onto the third and final look, I'm going to be creating the signature Dragon Fruit eyeshadow look, and I'm priming it with the Gimme Glow eye primer. Picked up Dragon Teeny, and I did spray my brush a little bit after I picked it up, and I'm going to put that into my inner lid, and I'm gonna take it just a little higher so that it goes with my eye shape. So I'm taking it about that high, just a little bit above my hood basically. Then going in with Sweetened right next to that, and again just taking it a little above my hood and really just melting it into Dragon Teeny. Next I'm going in with Prickly on the outer corner. And this is supposed to be kind of a wing shape. And I'm going to leave a little bit of space here for the green wing. It's going to go there. Well, it's not really like a full wing, but. And that was a DF05 brush, and I'm going in with the 02 brush, and I'm going to use this to just blend out the edge a little bit of that into a wing shape. And then I'm going to go back in with a little bit more Prickly. Just a little bit more. Using the 04 brush, I picked up Hyloceros, and I'm putting that right in between Prickly and Sweetened to bridge the two. This is such a beautiful shade. I think this is one of my favorite shades in that palette. It was the first metallic shade I used in the palette. My very first look in the first video, and I love it so much. Next, putting Infusion underneath my lower lash line, only taking it about a third way. I definitely think this one is a little bit chunkier and could benefit from some sort of a tacky primer. Wetting it helps, but if you really want to avoid fallout. Going in with Sweetened right next to that, and I'm taking it only in the center underneath my lower lash line. And I'm just going to take Effervescent on my pinky and press it into the inner corner. And I'm creating essentially almost a wing with the 04 brush. And this is why I took the other eyeshadow a little bit higher, so I had that little guide so that I wasn't putting this too low. So basically this wing is supposed to be reflecting the green parts of a dragon fruit, you know, the like prickly parts. So then doing the same thing out here. There should be a little bit of negative space in between, so I'm going to just clean that up after. And then taking Dragonfly and layering it over it. I think I forgot to mention that I layered it over here as well. And this brush is so amazing for it. It's really perfect. So next I'm just going to take this concealer and paint it right there to help really create that negative space there since you got a little lost. And then pressing down some translucent powder over it to set it. So here's the finished signature dragon fruit look, and I used the Shamrock eyeliner from Beauty Creations in the waterline to match with some of these wispies. And then I put on the Unearthly Seraphic lashes. I wanted something light and fluttery and definitely something that wings out to accentuate the wings. And this look definitely gives me major dragon fruit vibes, and you'll really use like half the palette. And it just looks so beautiful and colorful. Colors. So I've done 7 looks now with this palette and just using the palette, no mats, with the brushes, and I think they pair harmoniously. I was definitely very skeptical about the satins. If you watched any of my previous videos, every time there's a satin in a palette, I make sure to talk about my contempt for satins, but these are formulated so well that you can really just get a wash of color. You can build them up a little bit, you can make them almost like more of a metallic, so I feel like they're very versatile. So let's talk about some of my favorite shades. I mean, Bubbles and Effervescent, absolutely love these shades. From the moment I saw them, I knew I was going to absolutely love them, and I love the word effervescent. It's just so fun to say. I feel like Buddy the Elf, like, oh, Francisco, that's fun to say. So that one and Bubbles are very sparkly, and so is Infusion. And Dragantini is a multi-chrome, and it is absolutely beautiful, so dimensional and so metallic. You can easily pick these up with a dry brush, but you could also spray the brush after you pick up some of the pigment, and you can foil these even more. You can also try the satins out as blush. Yes, they're pretty pigmented since they're technically an eyeshadow, but you can go in with a lighter hand and you can build it up, or you can pick up a lot and really get a lot of pigmentation. But because they're satin, they just look so beautiful on the skin. I love these as blushes, so I think there's so much fun to be had with this palette. And the brushes, I really have been enjoying these. I've been using them pretty much exclusively with this palette so far, so I do want to try them out with some of my other eyeshadow formulas, but these are just so adorable and they bring me so much joy using them because they're just the cutest. And so that's everything for this video. Thanks again so much to Clionadh for sponsoring this video. Let me know in the comments below if you plan on picking this palette up or if you plan on picking up anything else from the collection. I would love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you check out my other video as well as Emily's videos, and there's a bunch of other creators who have done beautiful looks with this palette if you need more inspiration. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much indie makeup content, lots and lots of eyeshadow tutorials up on my channel, and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.